This tutorial will detail how to use Tabulous to run a debate tournament that is of the British Parliamentary style. Let's start by creating the tournament. To get people to register for this tournament, you can just share this URL with whoever you want to invite, and they can register from here. Navigating to the Team tab page, we see that it says right here, Team tab is currently private, only tournament admins can see this page. Because we're a tournament admin, we can see this page. Navigating to the participants page, it says participants is currently public. Anyone can see this page. So even if we were not logged in, we would be able to access this page. If we click here, it automatically takes us to the settings management section of the admin section. And if we scroll down, we see the privacy section. From here, we can toggle on and off public access to these different pages. As you can see, participants and institutions pages by default are toggled to public, so the public can view them. We'll toggle this on. Navigating to the participants section, if we click the Add Participants button, you'll notice that there are 3 ways of importing participants. So as I pointed out previously, you can have people register directly for your tournament, but if you have their email and they've created an account on Tabulous, you can just add them from here. So this is just going to be a sort of gibberish email, but as you can see, it says 1 email found. If we try to import this person, it says this email was not found on Tabulous. But if somebody did happen to have this email, then they would have been automatically registered for this tournament. This is to make it easier for tournament admin to register people for their tournament. Because we're testing the software, we want to import test users. So we're going to import 32 test participants who in this case have the role of debater. 1 second. All right. So we've imported 32 participants who of the role of debater. Now we want to do this, which is we're going to import 16 judges. All right, so we have 48 people participating in this test tournament in total. We're going to add some institutions. We've imported these 6 institutions. This allows us to associate tournament participants with these different institutions. Like this. As a side note, when people are registering for your tournament, because you've associated those institutional names with your tournament as options, they can also select those options when registering for your tournament. So we'll go back to the admin section, go back to the participant section, and we'll start adding different categories. Now that we've added these different break categories, if we look at the categories column, now we can associate different tournament participants with different categories. Also, when people are registering for your tournament, they'll be able to select from the categories that you created. All right, so hopefully that's fairly intuitive. We're going to now create teams. So you want to go to the teams section of the admin section, and you have 2 options. You can manually create teams. If this were to be a real tournament, that would be probably what you would want to do. So you could say team A and then select the participants who would constitute this team. And then you just click the create team button down here. But we're going to auto create teams. We've created 16 teams. Now we have judges and teams associated with this debate tournament. We're going to go to the draws section, and we're going to create our first round. We'll create it, call it round 1. So typically with a British Parliamentary debate tournament, only the chair submits a ballot. So that is why I came to the settings management section and toggled this on. So now we're going to create the round. Okay, we're now going to generate the draw. So when generating a draw, we don't have to assign teams, assign adjudicators, and assign rooms all at the same time. We can do this in a modular fashion. So we could just create a draw where we've only assigned the teams. And now afterwards, we can assign the adjudicators, and we can assign the rooms. We can also reassign teams, reassign adjudicators, and reassign rooms as many times as we want. We want to publish the round now. We also want to show the motion. we would also want to make sure that both the draws page and the motions page are publicly viewable. So if we go down here, we see that we haven't set the motions page to public. We want to do that. Now people will be able to access the motions page and also see the motion. We're going to go over to the ballots section here. And on behalf of the chair, we as the admin will fill in the ballot. Okay, all of the ballots have been successfully submitted. Now we can just complete the round. So the round now has a status of completed. If we were to sign out, go here, we can see the draws page, motions. We forgot to make the standings page public. So we'll log in. We'll go to My Tournaments. We'll go here. We'll go here. We'll go to Settings. We'll scroll down. We'll toggle standings to publicly viewable. Sign out. Now we can see the standings. Perfect. All right. So now we're going to cover breaks. So we're going to create an open break round called Open Final. We're going to add the top 4 teams. We're also going to add some judges to the open break. We're going to create a new round, out round. It's the finals. Open final. All right, so we've completed round one. We've also completed the open final. At this point, we've completed the tournament and we've completed the tutorial. If you have any questions, you can consult the documentation, or you can simply email me here, and I will respond probably fairly quickly. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial.